Call the regular council meeting for the city of Freeport to order March 10th, 2026. Please stand for invocation and pledge.
If you would, let's pray. Dear Lord, just thank you for this day. Thank you for all your many blessings. Thank you for the opportunity of us being able to gather here and take care of the business of the city of Freeport. Please give us the wisdom in doing so. Please bless the city and bless the people that live in the city. In Jesus Christ's name we ask this. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning again and welcome. And to start today's meeting, I'd like to introduce Mr. Tim Parsons with the Liberty Partners. And thank you for coming. And if you would like to address the council, you could do so at this time.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor, Council. Good morning. I hope you're all doing well. I know we've been providing y'all weekly legislative updates from Tallahassee. This is officially the last week, week 9, but as expected, House Speaker Danny Perez made comments yesterday from the floor that the House and Senate are not going to be able to complete their budget in time to finish on Friday. They would had to have had it on the members' desk today in order for it to basically cool off for 72 hours before they could vote on it on Friday, but they have not agreed to even their top line numbers yet to begin budget conference. So unfortunately, for the second year in a row, the legislature is not going to have their budget done within the 60-day time frame. So we will keep you posted on what that timeline looks moving forward. And we will hopefully find out at some point this week if they intend on extending the session or adjourning sign and die on Friday and then announcing a special session, which we already know for calendar purposes that they will be back in Tallahassee the week of April the 20th for a special session on congressional redistricting. So it'll probably end up being scheduled around that time that they'll come back to Tallahassee and work on those budget allocations. As you know, you've got 2 projects that are currently included in the budget, Marquee Way East, Connector Road, and then the 3280 project. So we're pretty positive about those requests. So hopefully they'll come through whenever they agree upon their final spending package. Also, we've been paying a lot of attention to their discussion on property taxes. It doesn't appear that they'll reach an agreement this week before they finish. But again, that was everything that we've heard from both the Senate President as well as the Governor, that they didn't intend on tackling that issue during the legislative session. They would prefer a special session on this issue. So we're waiting to see, will it be combined with the budget and or congressional redistricting, but that'll be a discussion that we continue to watch closely. As you know, the House passed legislation that would have essentially eliminated property taxes with the exception of fire services and school districts. But I think it's worth noting that there was a poll done last week that showed that particular proposal polling at around 56%, which you need 60% on the ballot in November to pass that constitutional amendment. So it appears that that proposal would probably have a hard time passing in November, which is what we've heard from the Senate and the Governor, that they want to identify a proposal that they feel could garner that 60%. And we anticipate that to be more streamlined, more narrow. But again, we've not seen anything proposed from the Senate or the Governor at this point, so it's kind of a big question mark for cities and counties across the state what that's ultimately going to look like. So that's kind of the state of affairs in Tallahassee right now. Like I said, we're grateful that they're probably all going home on Friday and then regroup. We'll keep you posted on that. But one other thing that we did want to make sure, I think we included in our update, there's legislation this week that the House and Senate's looking at regarding financial accountability, and it would require cities and counties to post their budgets to the website, to do a 10% budget cutting exercise, to also include on the website as well as employee salaries and travel expenses. So it's an attempt to increase transparency and stuff at the local level. We'll see what ultimately passes or fails this week, but we'll keep you up to date on that. But lastly, just wanted to give y'all a quick update. We worked with Mark this last week after two congressmen. You know, Freeport's is in an interesting situation where y'all are kind of split congressionally between Congressional District 1 and 2. So both congressmen reached out and asked about community project funding requests. If you recall, we've submitted them to Congressman Dunn's office in the past, and we were very pleased to hear that Congressman Petronas would be seeking those fundings. If you recall, his predecessor was opposed to these requests, so the fact that Congressman Petronas' office reached out, asked about the city's priorities, I thought was encouraging. So we coordinated with both congressmen's offices, and since Freeport is split, we're gonna offer these two to both of you, and then they will work together to see who ends up filing them, because I think it's interesting. We submitted for Marquee Way West Connector Road for those final funds, and then submitted for Wagon Wheel Road well and tank upgrades, which I think one is in Congressman Dunn's district and one is in Congressman Petronas' district. So, but we like I said, we were able to submit those last week. So, again, you've got a lot of different funding requests out there, and we hope they all come back and help continue to contribute to the infrastructure projects that y'all have identified as your priorities, and continue to manage these projects as well as you are. So, any questions?
Thank you for the update.
Thank you, Tim.
If not, I'm going to head back to Tallahassee and catch up with you afterwards.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have the consent agenda. Under tab 1 are the bills for the city of Freeport. Tab 2 is the regular council meeting minutes for February 26, 2026. And tab 3 are the water and wastewater capacity fees. Is there any public comment on the consent agenda? If not, I'll ask the council for approval.
Make the motion to approve.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Councilwoman Hafner.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hirsch.
Aye.
Councilman Ferris.
Aye.
Councilwoman Brennan. And Councilman Dickey.
Aye.
Motion carried. Are there any additions or deletions to today's agenda? Righty, we'll move into staff reports, beginning with the city clerk.
Good morning, council. I know our microphones are a challenge this morning, but please keep in mind, if you can't hear yourself, they can't hear you at home either. So just think about that when you sit down. I'm coming before you today to ask for an approval on the Common Look PDF remediation software. The reason that I have spent months looking through the software, and the reason I picked this one is, one, the price is great compared to the rest of them. A lot of them required us to send our documents to them to have them scan and remediate our documents, and then we would not get them back. And I don't like not having ownership of our documents. The second reason is the other one that I was looking at was just an embed into our website, which didn't really help us in the long run with our documents that we make on a daily basis. This one is a desktop version of software that we will have. It will run our documents through them. We will still have our documents, and nobody has access to them but us.
I like that.
Sounds great, yeah.
I'll make the motion to approve the request.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Is there any public comment? Councilwoman Hafner.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hirsch.
Aye.
Councilman Ferris.
Aye.
Councilwoman Brennan. And Councilman Dickey.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Parks.
Good morning, Council and Mayor.
Good morning.
So I'm looking for approval on the co-ed softball for the registration, to put it out online and on our websites for the registration.
Sure, I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Is there any public comment? Councilwoman Hafner.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hirsch.
Aye.
Councilman Ferris.
Aye.
Councilwoman Brennan. And Councilman Dickey.
Aye.
Motion carried.
And then the second thing is, our pickleball courts. You know, pickleball courts are done. We never really had the ribbon cutting, so, just trying to figure out a date that we can, which is best for y'all to come out. We can do a ribbon cutting. So I was thinking maybe March 23rd or 24th, or the 30th and the 31st, morning or evening, which is best for y'all.
Can we do evening and the 30th or 31st would be better for me.
Me too.
Okay.
That's fine. What do y'all want, 30th or 31st?
Either's. 30th.
30th.
Okay.
Late in the afternoon.
Which one?
What was
30th?
it? I'm sorry.
The 30th?
Yeah.
What time?
4 o'clock? Okay, we can do 4 o'clock.
Perfect.
Is that okay?
I think so, yeah. I think so, yeah.
Do we need a motion for that?
I'll make the motion to set the ribbon cutting for the pickleball courts for March 30th at 4 PM.
I'll second it.
Motion been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Any public comment? Councilwoman Hafner.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hurst.
Aye.
Councilman Farris.
Aye.
Councilwoman Brennan and Councilman Dickey.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rad.
Planning?
Good morning, Mayor and Council.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
I received a notice from Florida Commerce, which is formerly known as the Department of Economic Opportunity, and then those of you who remember the old days, it was the Department of Community Affairs. I received a notice that,
Let's hold on. I'm sorry. Can you speak in the mic? Because
I'm sorry.
people won't be able to hear you. That's okay.
I'm not used to not being
That's-
heard.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm very loud.
Thank you.
Okay, staff has been notified by the Florida Commerce Department, which was formerly known as the Department of Economic Opportunity and the Department of Community Affairs, of a required comprehensive plan update. They alternate years to notify communities, counties, and cities of this update. I know that last year there were a number of local agencies that were notified that they had to do the same update, and I've been expecting it to come this year. But basically what it says is that we need to update our comp plan to add 2 additional planning periods. Normally comprehensive plans are designed to be reviewed every 5 years, that we review and we adopt goals, objectives, and policies every 5 years. They're asking us to add additional planning periods to require a 10-year review of the comprehensive plan and a 20-year period of the comprehensive plan. This will require an update. The letter will be prepared by staff and signed by the mayor. And what we will do within 1 calendar year is do a comprehensive plan update that includes the language for a 10-year review and a 20-year review. It's very simplified. And failure to do so by any jurisdiction within the year would mean that any public-sponsored comprehensive plan amendment could not be approved until this is done. This isn't an optional requirement. It's a state-required requirement. We have plenty of time to get it done. It's not overly arduous, and you will just see that come through the process with public hearings and ads, and we will get it done within the calendar year. And I need council to approve me to not only prepare the letter to go to DEO, what used to be DEO, but also to process the required comprehensive plan amendment. Does that need to be in 2 motions, Clay? Okay. The first motion would be to allow staff to prepare a letter to be signed by the mayor acknowledging the need for the update and that we commit to having it done within 1 calendar year.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Motion been made and seconded. Any discussion? Any public comment? Councilwoman Hafner.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hurst.
Aye.
Councilman Farris.
Aye.
Councilwoman Brennan. Councilman Dickey.
Aye.
Motion carried.
And our second motion would be for you to authorize staff to prepare the required comprehensive plan amendment for review and approval.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Any public comment? Councilwoman Hafner?
Aye.
Councilwoman Hurst?
Aye.
Councilman Ferris?
Aye.
Councilwoman Brandon? And Councilman Dickey?
Aye.
Motion carried.
That's all we have this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sewer.
Good morning, Mayor, Council.
Good morning.
Good
Make
morning.
sure you speak in that mic, okay, Paul, please?
Got three things I want to put before you. One is a maintenance contract for our pump truck. It's proprietary. It's, we can't get the maintenance done nowhere around here.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Is there any public comment? Councilwoman Hafner?
Aye.
Councilwoman Hurst?
Aye.
Councilman Ferris?
Aye.
Councilwoman Brennan? And Councilman Dickey?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Second thing is a bypass pump for the elementary school lift station. It's going, it's a hydro service pump, which is, through the Sourcewell contract.
And it is definitely needed.
Yes, sir, it is.
I'll make the motion to approve the bypass pump for.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Is there further discussion or question? Any public comment? Councilwoman Hafner?
Aye.
Councilwoman Hurst?
Aye.
Councilman
Aye.
Ferris? Councilwoman Brennan? And Councilman Dickey?
Aye.
Motion carried.
And last but not least, the installation of this bypass pump at the elementary school, which would be $12,500 from Martin Construction.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Motion been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Any public comment? Councilwoman Hafner?
Aye.
Councilwoman Hurst?
Aye.
Councilman Ferris?
Aye.
Councilwoman Brennan? And Councilman Dickey?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Paul, thank you.
Thank you
you
so
Paul.
much.
Appreciate it.
Utility billing?
Good morning. This past week, staff met with Alex with Dewberry to discuss the potential completion, I guess, as they start to work through the sewer extension in the Bay Area. We have a letter here that we're wanting to send out to the residents of improved properties only that have existing septic tanks, not wells, but existing septic tanks. And we wanted to get your blessing on this letter, see if there's any changes or any discussion that you have. Our goal is to send this letter starting on April 1. Alex feels that the sewer, they'll be ready to start installing this mid to late summer. So this will give them enough time. We're asking for 60 days, if you all agree with that, a notification to them to respond to us within 60 days. And then that allows the contractors enough time to install the sewer while they're in the area. Do y'all have any edits, questions, comments about the letter that we're planning to send?
Well, I think it looked fine.
Okay.
We've done it several times in the past before, and it didn't look anything different. What do you think about it legally? Everything looked fine?
Okay. So I haven't been here in the past when customers do not respond within the 60 days. So how do y'all want to handle that if they choose not to respond within the 60 days? And then they come in 75 days and they're like, well, I didn't get the notice. Like, how do y'all want to handle that?
Well, there's a timeline for a reason, so, I mean, my thing is,
Yeah, it's a deadline, so
Yeah.
if it's missed,
There's a deadline.
it's missed.
so,
Okay, just want to make sure we were on the same page with that.
I mean, that would be what I would think.
Okay.
Might suggest that, 10 days before the deadline, we post something online that reminds the community of the deadline, and then,
Maybe put something on Facebook even.
Correct,
You know,
yeah.
because there's so many people getting on there now, you know.
sounds good.
Okay.
Is there a way to include the letter in the packet? I know it wasn't in here, just so that it's in the record, I guess, when Rebecca puts it online, but you'll add it to it? Okay. Okay, I appreciate it.
And so we'll send the letters out certified
That's
based
what I
on
was
the
gonna ask, certified,
addresses
okay.
that are posted through the Walton Property Appraiser.
Right.
If they have a utility account with us, as long as it's the owner, we'll send it. If it's a different address, we'll send it to that address as well. But I mean, it's our goal to contact and reach as many of the homeowners as possible that are defined in the area only that have improved properties. And that is
Sure.
what people need to know, is that it's not everyone in that area. It's only if you have a septic tank.
Sure.
Okay.
So we need to get a motion, please.
I'll make that motion to approve.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Any public comment? Councilwoman Hafner?
Aye.
Councilwoman Hurst?
Aye.
Councilman Ferris?
Aye.
Councilwoman Brandon? And Councilman Dickey.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Maureen. Next, under new business, I have the pleasure of introducing to you the Employee of the Month for recognition for dedication, passion, and hard work supporting the resident city of Freeport. The Employee of the Month for February is Jasmine Jimenez. Councilwoman Hurst.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Good morning, everybody. So, several months ago, the city noticed some disrepair of the pedestrian walkway that goes over the 4-mile bridge, the 4-mile creek, excuse me, that's on 83A East. Boards were rotten, some were broken. It was in need of replacement. And so, the county so graciously undertook that project, it being their bridge, and they are well underway with completely replacing that walkway for both our Walton County citizens as well as the city of Freeport. So very excited about that replacement. As they finish that project, one of the things that they're going to consider and tackle is some repairs of the actual roadway bridge that's adjacent to that pedestrian walk. But I'd like us to draw attention to the pedestrian walk and to discuss that at this time. As everybody knows, that area is extremely dark at night. There's just very, very minimal illumination. I physically went out 9, 10 o'clock the other night just to really get a sense of how dark, and it's dark. The county is almost done with the actual replacement of the boards, but what I would like to suggest for our citizens, and keep in mind, this is a part of the multimodal path that goes from the city to our sports complex, heavily trafficked by our community, patrons, children, adults, the like. I would like to suggest that we put some lighting on the bridge for the safety of our citizens. I have suggested doing some pathway lighting, a sense of like a secondary lighting, twofold, to be able to identify where the bridge is at night, and to draw attention for the usage of it, trying to prevent children and people from actually walking on the bridge at night, which I have seen way too many times, and use that pedestrian walk. In addition to that, there are some older fixtures that are in the rafters of the pedestrian walk, but they're old, they're very dim, they're upward facing, they're not illuminating it properly. So I would like us to tackle that lighting project, and in addition to that, The boards at this point in time are not treated. And as we all know, if we don't put something on those boards, we're gonna be right back in the same predicament with rotten wood. So I would like the city ourselves to do the installation of the lights. I've reached out to Larry. We can keep it very cost efficient. If I can get approval of $15,000 maximum, we can get all the lighting, we can varnish it, all the works, and hopefully expedite this process so that our citizens can use it by late spring, early summer when it's heavily trafficked.
I like that.
No, sounds good
So, at this time, then, I'd make a motion that we approve no more than $15,000 for the lighting and staining of the pedestrian bridge over the 4 Mile Creek.
I'll second.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Motion's been made and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Is there any public comment on this?
I would just like to add, for clarification, this, of course, does have to come with the blessing of the BCC, which I anticipate we will get, but that would be contingent on us proceeding.
And who's gonna take it to
The-
is Mark gonna go?
The Parks is
Parks
is
gonna
already
go.
planning to
Okay.
do so, and I will be made available
Okay.
if necessary, yes.
Great,
That'd be good.
sounds good.
Thank you all.
Okay, Councilwoman Hafner.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hurst.
Aye.
Councilman Farris.
Aye.
Councilwoman Brannan. And Councilman Dickey.
Aye.
Motion carried. Councilwoman Hafner.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Council, I know mine says fencing at the playground. Really, I meant to put lock on some of the playgrounds at the sports complex, and I did connect with Red on this. I had a couple parents reach out that they have children that it's a bit more difficult to wrangle them and keep them in the playground without a locked space. Some children with special needs tend to jump and run and climb and get out of there. So I wanted to ask, excuse me, if we could at least install, one locked gate, whether it's like the time you pull at the top to let out, something like that at least one of the playground areas. Red told me that we'd had those before, but kids had hung on them, so they took some of those off. But I thought maybe if we could get at least one locked space of playground so mothers can feel a bit safer, and maybe put a sign up there, please don't hang on gate or, lock, et cetera. But that's what I wanted to ask the council, if we could do that for the playground. Because like I said, I have a few friends that can't take their kids because they're getting out and they're scared. They're just running out of there because it's just kind of a little latch gate that anybody can open. So that's why I let them know I'd bring it to the board to see if we could, get a lock put in there.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
I think it's a
Yeah.
great idea. I didn't know the other gates had been taken down, or I would have suggested
Yeah.
that. didn't put
Yeah,
them back
sure.
there,
Most
because I
definitely.
know
Sure.
it's,
Yes.
we need those.
For sure.
to have those up, so.
Is that just a staff direction, Claire, or do I have to make a motion for him to do
In
that?
staff directions, fine, the city manager can take care of that on his own, it's just
Okay.
replacing the gates that are already there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Great idea, though.
the ones at the sports complex,
Have you thought about doing it at the playground back here as well? I see
I mean, that's
children
fine.
running across that
Yeah.
driveway all the time between the parking lot and there. I'm just suggesting.
Sure, no, I
it
think
should be
it's
an all,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, I think if we could do that, like I said, I did speak with Red about it this week.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anything more? Any public comment? Not. Meeting's adjourned.